you smile through all that. Anyway, so yeah, I'll start with my definition of what a stud is, and then we'll proceed from there. So a stud, this is what a stud is to me. A lesbian. So a lesbian is a woman who likes other women. A female a person who identifies as female, who is attracted to other people who identify as female, mentally, physically, emotionally. So a stud is a lesbian who likes to shop in the men's section. That's how I can put it, because I don't really know what other easy way to say it, Like, I don't want to say that's masculine, because there's some studs that are feminine and they're okay with it. But most studs, like how you identify a stud, you look at a stud, is a female who bought her clothes from the men's section. Like, that's what I see. And you might be like, what's the men's section? Like, literally when you go to a store, it's separated. Like, I'm completely pro-label. Like, maybe one day I'll make a video about it, but like, labels are what makes the world go round. Like, if we didn't have labels, we wouldn't know what things were. But yeah, I'll go into that in the future. Anyway, so that's what a stud is to me. Now, a trans man. A trans man is a person who doesn't identify with the body they were given at birth. So the gender they were assigned at birth is not the gender they identify with. Okay, so that's what a trans person is. But a trans man, yeah, so they were identified as female at birth, but they don't identify with that identification. Anyway, so the one similarity I could think of was the XX chromosome. Studs have XX, trans men have XX. That's the one similarity. Unless you're intersex, but that's like a completely different story. But yeah, that's what I see the similarity is. The difference is that a stud, because she is a lesbian, identifies as a female, and a trans man identifies as a male. That's the difference. That's the one difference I can say. So apparently there's conflict between us, which I really don't know about much about. But so I would start off. I don't have a problem with studs. I actually love studs because they're visibly different, and you're just like, you're part of the LGBTQ, so clearly we can be friends. Like, I like studs. I'm actually attracted to studs too. I was attracted to studs when I was a stud. I was attracted to studs because we're women. They were women. Yeah, so we were both women, so I didn't see like what was the big deal with what we were wearing. Like, we just shopped in the same part of the store. But anyways, and so studs are women, and I like women, so I find studs attractive. Like, so whatever. Anyways, but I don't think I would date a stud. I don't know if a stud dated a trans man, then she would no longer be a lesbian, and then would she still be a stud? Oh, and they're bisexual studs. Oh man, I fucked up then. So, sorry. A stud doesn't have to be a lesbian. It's a person who likes women and identifies as a woman that strips in the men's section. That's what a stud is. Because there could be bisexual studs, so not lesbian. Just a person. Just a woman who likes other women that dresses with clothes from the men's section. Anyway, so yeah, problems with studs. My problem with studs, first problem, are those ones that come to my DMs and ask me about testosterone because they want to gain muscle. And I used to be upset about it, but like I've gotten to a point where I realized that like I'm over here in Canada. If that person in Texas, Memphis, or wherever that person is, Chicago, wants to use testosterone for muscles, it's not really affecting my life over here in Canada. So let her use her testosterone, and once she sees that testosterone doesn't give you magic muscles if you don't work out, then she'll be stuck with a deep voice, facial hair, and a huge clit, which might not be a problem, the clit part, but like, good luck. So like that's my mindset now. Like that's where they're over there. So why should it be bothering me over here? But that's one problem I had with studs, kind of. I've also seen a few. My lips are dry, right? I'm gonna keep licking them. I've also seen a few studs say negative things about trans men, such as you're always going to be a woman regardless of what you do. So, like, I've seen that a couple of times, and with that, personally, I believe that what's going on with those studs could either be two things. One is that they just have a lot of negativity in their lives, and they feel like they should take that out on other people. Just those negative people, and that's one. Two, you have these studs that are deflecting. So I believe that what's probably going on within them is that they would like to transition. They see themselves as a male. Like they would like to transition. But the issue is that they don't feel like even if they transition, they're gonna be man enough. They're gonna be male enough. Like they're gonna achieve. They're gonna become a man. Like they don't think it's possible for them to achieve that, for them to become a man. And now they've seen somebody else that has achieved it. Like they believe that that person has achieved it. That they think that it's their duty to knock that person down and say that no, because I will never be a man regardless of how I transition or whatever I do. So you're not gonna be. So you're not a man either. That type of deflection. And so I just pray for these people that it's either that they become a better person because they're just a bad person because they're saying that shit, or because they're feeling that way and they can't. I hope they find the strength to do that one day because it's not nice. Like, why would you? You are part of a community where you get judged. Why would you be judging other people? Like that's something that people say all the time. For real, like, why are you doing that? Like, why are you doing that? It's not cool. But yeah, so that's one thing. That's something else. My problem with studs, no problem with studs. Conflict that has happened. Like, so I don't have a problem with studs. I'm gonna say this. I watched Eric's video, and his best friend is a stud. My best friend is a stud. Like I love her. She's like my bro. She's like my brother. She's like my brother. But when brother's technically like your male sibling, but like you know what I mean. That relationship. But yeah, and she's 100% comfortable with being female. Like this, as a funny thing, Eric also said this. Like sometimes he uses more pronouns for her, which is weird, and I do that for my friend too but I know she's a girl. Like one cool thing that happened though, after I transitioned, after I started my transition and I told people to use more pronouns for me to like the people I hang out with, my friends and stuff. Anytime they meet her, they ask me like what pronouns they should use for her, which is something that I've never done before. So it's pretty cool that's something that's happening now. Anyways, yeah, so she's 100% comfortable with being female, and I tell them that, oh yeah, no, she's female, like she's okay with it, like female pronouns, yeah. And so, but one thing is that like she talks about herself like differently from girly girls. That's how she says. That's what she calls feminine females, girly girls, and like she differentiates herself with that. And like when she talks about herself, like when we're talking about girls, like she talks about us like we're in the same position when it comes to females. You get what I mean? Like, so I guess the more masculine one. So she identifies more masculine, but that doesn't equal. That's not why she's a stud. Like she just shops in the men's section. That's why she's a stud. Because some studs are not that masculine and they don't want to be overly masculine, but they still dress like studs. You get what I mean? And I don't want to say the more masculine one in the relationship because, well, once again, if there's two studs in the relationship, which one's the more masculine one? You don't know, right? So once again, I've said this like 50 times. A stud is a person who dresses in clothes from the men's section, and a trans man is a person who identifies as a man, who is a man. Doesn't have to necessarily shop in the men's section because I know some trans men who like to shop in the women's section. So it's just about like one's an identity, who they believe they are. One's like a presentation. It's how they present themselves. Gender like an expression. This is an expression. This is identity. Like a gen. You know what I mean? So yeah. One other problem I have with studs is like my friend. They get loads of fucking attention by they. I mean she, because she's visibly different, right? Now that people meet me, I'm just another black guy. But she is different. Like she's a woman. Like there's barely any studs in Edmonton. Maximum 25 studs in all of Edmonton. Maximum. And to me, a stud is like not white. So, like, because when I was introduced to the word stud, I saw it on Instagram first, and most of the studs I saw were not white. Like white, masculine, white women that like women that shop in the men's section, and like butch. I don't know. But yeah, so so when I say studs here, I mean like black or not white lesbians that just in with clothes from the men's section. So yeah, there's very few of them. So wherever she goes, like she gets attention because she's different. You know, when I was a stud, when I identified as a stud, I got a lot of attention too. But now I'm just a guy. Like I'm sure if I shave my face, like people might think I'm female. Cause look at this shit, it's coming in. Like it looks really dark right here, but this hair is right here too. Look at this shit. What is this? I shaved that a while ago and it's coming back. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I think the qualms are with studs and trans men. And honestly, like if you're really bothered about the testosterone thing, think about this. Like testosterone is not yours. Like you don't own testosterone. Like you don't own it. Now I feel like some trans men believe they own testosterone, and I'm like, it's not yours. Like cis men make that shit in like from their fucking testicles. Like, right? I think so. That's how it works. But yeah, you get what I mean. So yeah. That's the end of my video. Thank you for watching. Make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, and I'll see you next week.